Versamitts, the original double-sided mitts. Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box channel I bring you all things boxing equipment. Today is the turn of the Versamitts. Now the Versamitts are the original double-sided pads, and I'm going to go into that and sort of my journey with double-sided pads, which obviously this is the latest review of a pair of those. So normally what happens on the channel is I get to review the original version. Whatever brand it is, I do the original version, and then as time goes by, other companies copy, and then obviously then I compare those brands and what they've done while paying full respect to the originals. Now what's happened a little bit different on this occasion is I've had these years after I've tried others. So it's really interesting for me to see how they compare in relation to the actual founders, the original invention, and where it all started from. So a few years ago, Versamitts were going to send me a pair. I don't know what happened. I've spoken to the owner. He doesn't know what's happened, but at the end of the day, I didn't get any through, and time went by. I'm not reviewing loads of other stuff, and I just got onto seeing some other double-sided pads. Now, the double-sided pads technique I do think is superb. I love the fact that you can get some really good angles when it comes to your body shots. And by that, what I mean is normally with normal pads, and I'll put a pair of normal pads on, with normal pads you can get obviously some great head shots going on. But when it comes to sort of the solar plexus shot, I've seen people holding their pad there and being hit at the rear of there, but there's no padding. Also, when it comes to sort of the correct angle for sort of the ribs and the liver, you know, you can go like that. I've seen people like that. There's people like that. There's all different ways to do it. But I mean, with my shoulders, I do struggle with that sort of angle, and so I tend to just bring it across the body to give them the angle. With double-sided pads, I do find it a lot more better for the boxer and for the trainer in terms of the angle, because it's the correct angle what you're looking at. As I say, I have tried other ones before. I tried the top boxer double pads and they were quite stiff, and actually I was hurting when they were being used, so I think they was a little bit too stiff. I did not do a review of the top boxer ones. I did a review of the pound for pound double air mitts, and I really was impressed with sort of the protection that those offered. And then of course I did do a review of the hit and move turtle, again where you've got the front punch surface, you've also got a rear punch surface. What I would say with those is I think that they are the furthest version away from the original idea that I have tried. So these are the originals, as I say, and bring that round. So you've got the front face there with Versamitts on. You've got the target in the middle, which really does hone the boxer's targeting. To see that white dot there, as I bring them round, you can see you've got a bigger pad that side. You've got the middle bit there, which is where you put your hands, and you've also got a smaller pad at the rear, and that one at the rear has got a scoop, and the reason for that is sometimes those body shots can skid off the body if you haven't got that scoop. So that would have been discovered during the years of testing that Versamitts did with their prototypes to get them to this point. These are the brainchild of Brad Carlton. Okay, they are a patented design, and years of research and development, testing, prototype after prototype to get to this point. They are made of buffalo leather, and I have to say, when I actually got them, because I'd seen a lot of videos of them, when I got them, they are smaller than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be quite cumbersome. Now let me show you in terms of size. So here is a standard sort of pair, generic sort of pair of pads, and as you can see, when you compare the thickness of that and the size of that to the Versamitts, they don't look too big. Obviously they do look a little bit odd because they are double pads, so it's not like you've got normal pads on. Now if I show you, obviously this is my Fit to Box ones, again size wise, yeah, you can see they're a double pad, but size wise not massive. Okay, so I did think that they were going to be a bit more cumbersome, and they are not. Okay, so for me, I really like the fact that, especially when it comes to the solar plexus shot, okay, that solar plexus shot there I think is a great punch surface. Now, as the coach, you do have to tense. It's not like a body protector. Even some body protectors you have to tense. But if someone is really leathering you on there, you better tense because it will hurt else. What I will say though is this offers really good protection for the back of the hand, and obviously you've got that double sort of pad in there, but there is a force that goes through. So if you've got it, say, to there, to the side of your ribs, either side, and that somebody comes in and really hits it hard, you are going to feel it. Hence why I've been sort of trying different techniques where I've been holding them a little bit further away from the body for actual body shots, but also I have been getting that excellent solar plexus target there. You can use the head ones just like normal, or, so if I put them there, so you can use the head ones just like normal, so you'd be doing a jab and a backhand, or you could even do jab, backhand on the same one. You could do hook and hook as you normally would, or on the same one you can do hook, hook, and it's just pushing away slightly with the back of the hand. When it comes to uppercuts, same again, normal, you can there and there. With these you can go there and there. So you can really use that as a bit of a head target, and then this one as a body target. So look at Versamitts' Instagram and obviously on their website to have a look and see lots of different videos of different coaches, and there has been some famous coaches that have used these. So check them out and see the different ways that they're using them. I think it's just a matter of getting used to what suits you and your boxers. If I've got any heavy punchers, I'm not really looking to take them on these. What I look for is I look for the biggest body protector I can get if we're going to work a lot of body shots. If I'm doing it with someone that's got nice control or a bit lighter punches, then these are superb when it comes to that fast work because they are lightweight, but also bringing in realistic body target as well. So you can get these from Versamitts for 122 English pounds, and I think that's a really great price. Over the years that price has come down because obviously now they're able to source them from Pakistan, and in that they're able to bring the price down. So I really do like that. As I've said before, they are made of leather. You've got Versamitts there in sort of a print. You've got that there, there's a little loose thread there, but that's the target you need. Bring that round. You've got the padding in that one, and there's also on that one, it's almost like there's a hole in the middle to sort of take more of the impact out. You've got on the edge, you have got the laces there, and you can see the craftsmanship, so they're well made. So you've got some air holes at the side, and that's where obviously you fit in your hand into there, and each one, you can fit either one onto each hand. As always, I've done my little trick of putting a little L on the left one, so I always put this one on my left hand and I always put the other one on my right hand. I've mentioned that before of what I do. And then this is the rear of the hand, and then you've got that scoop, you've got the target, you've got the Versamitts there. And as you can see, it's absolutely genius idea by Brad Carlton in coming up with this. Obviously years and years people were just using a normal pad and being punched at the back of the hand, and that's not great. With these, they have tried to get a solution to that. So I really am a fan of double-sided pads. I really do like them. I'm a real advocate. I just like the fact that as long as your boxers can control their power, they can get some really realistic targets with use of these. Okay. So you'll find out as you're using them with your boxers, which boxers you're able to use these with and which ones actually are punching a bit too hard, and you maybe need a small body protector to use with these as well, or just go full body protector. Okay, what I would say is you still have, as the trainer, you still have to tense behind the shots, because at the end of the day there is some force coming towards you. Tense your stomach and then you will be able to sort of brace yourself for the impact. Now a little while ago Brad's son was getting a little bit bent out of shape because obviously these are going to be copied, and they are. Obviously there is other companies out there that are doing double-sided mitts, and he's getting annoyed at the copies that was going on. And let me tell you, copying is very annoying. I have had so many people copy stuff even from this channel, and it is really super annoying and it can drive you mad. But only great things are copied. And also, there is a compliment in there, but I do take on board how annoying it is. Now, these have got the patent for this, but as I've found out over the years, very difficult for enforcement of a patent, or even to have a patent that covers the whole world. Be really super expensive to do, if you could even do it. So that's why on this channel I do try and give full credit to the originals, and I have, even though I've reviewed other double-sided mitts, I have always shouted out that Versamitts, in my understanding, was the very first time that I'd seen double-sided mitts, and I always give full credit. Okay, so I think that double-sided mitts give you a better alternative for some of those body shots in terms of the angle. Now, it does take some getting used to for you as a trainer, but also your boxers as well. So you will take some time, but it soon starts to gel. What we are effectively trying to do is change from what people normally do with normal mitts to something that is offering something extra, which is that second pad. Okay, now the use of double-sided mitts is basically like a pad's movement, in my opinion, and that needs momentum. So although that Versamitts are getting a little bit annoyed at people copying them, I actually think that they do need brands to copy them to give the movement more momentum. Because what you want to do is you want to have lots and lots of trainers out there that are actually using and feeling the benefit of double-sided mitts. Now, if they're using someone else's double-sided mitts, that's fair enough. But also what it does is the more people get used to them, there's a real chance that more and more trainers will want to use them, and of course that will increase sales for Versamitts as well as these other brands. But I really think, because it's such a specific movement, different to what normally people do as coaches with their pad work, that these really do need to have as many people as possible using double-sided mitts. But the one thing that I will give them full credit for is those other double-sided mitts would not be created without Versamitts doing it first. And so I do want to just call that out. I do think that they are superb. So let's get the Fit to Box report card up on the screen. So these are the original patented double-sided pads. You've got the two different punch surfaces. You've got that larger front pad, and you've also got that rear scoop to stop the punches skidding off when someone does body shots. These are actually smaller than I thought they were going to be. They're made of leather, they're lightweight. You can get them in the blue and the white, or black and white. You can also get custom colours that are available as well. The custom ones are 227 English pounds. The standard ones are 122. And I think that's a really good price for both, actually. Now, when it comes to the target spots, I do think the target spots could be a little bit neater, but they definitely do their job. I definitely think that these could be improved style-wise. So whatever they could do, I do think that there is some room for improvement when it comes to the style. Also, as always, I do think that a left and a right should be put on both the left one and the right one as well. I'm always a big fan of that because of the hands bedding in to the actual mitts. As you can see there, you just slide your hand into there, and then, as I say, you get used to them, and then creating those sort of head targets and body targets that you need. And I really, really am a big fan. I've awarded them 5 Fit to Box stars. Okay, that is A+ for me. A reason, and a big reason why I've given them 5 stars. One, they are better than I thought that they were going to be when I looked at the pictures and the videos. They're definitely smaller, they're definitely easier to use. I would say they're not perfect. If people are expecting these to take the absorption of the massive body shots, that's not what they're for, so please be aware of that. Also, what I do like about them is, as well as being sort of the original patented, I think they've done a really good job in developing them to this standard. I think there's probably some room for improvement even on these and what they've done. So I want Versamitts not to rest on their laurels. I want them to still be looking at how you can improve these. Just a little thing that I've been doing is in there, you've got your hand bit, but there is actually almost like a natural sort of pocket there. And what I've been doing, I've been using my trusty Skulltech gels, and I've been just sliding them in the back of there to create even more protection for the rear of the hands, because what you don't want to do is to have sore hands the day after you've been using sort of double-sided mitts. So I slide them into there like that, and then slide my hand in, and that gives me even more protection when it comes to the rear of the hand. I'll do that not only with these, but with all of the double-sided pads that I've got that have got that almost like natural pocket. I can slide in these gels and it works fantastic. So a little tip there, a little Fit to Box tip as to how I think that these could be improved. Not only these, but the other double-sided mitts that are out there. As much protection as possible on that rear hand, and of course I'm always a big fan of the Skulltech gels. I think they're superb, not only for knuckle protection, but when it comes to sort of this, brilliant for that as well. So it's almost like it was made to be. So just wanted to bring you those. As I say, it's been a long time that I've wanted to have Versamitts on the channel, and now finally I have got them. I will use these a tremendous amount because they are so versatile when it comes to doing the pad work, and the more that I use them, the more that my boxers will get used to them. Yet I will be picking and choosing who I can use them with, because otherwise I could see myself getting an injury, and I don't want to get an injury, either a rib injury or a stomach injury or a rear of the hand injury, because someone can't control their power and they think that they're basically punching a punch bag. Punch bags are for that. Mitt work is very, very different. So if you're going to use these with your boxers, make sure that they're aware what you need in terms of power from them. You're looking more for technique, and speed rather than trying to leather these, which obviously the force of that leathering of shots then will be transferred to your body. Okay, so as trainers we have to look after each other and look after ourselves, and also from the boxer's point of view there needs to be that respect in terms of making sure that they don't injure you when you're doing pads with them. So there you go. Really, really love the fact that I've now got the original OGs, okay, the Versamitts. I love what they're doing. I've said to them not to get too bent out of shape out of people copying, because I really do see double-sided pads as a movement, and a movement that needs others to help them to promote that style of pad work. If they don't, it may be that that style of pad work just either doesn't take off or becomes obsolete, which would be a real shame given the advantages that it gives you. I suppose it's a bit like with the boxing equipment review channels. You know, do I want the other boxing equipment reviewers to stop? Absolutely not, because what we're doing is we're all in our own way lifting the area. We're all lifting our little part of boxing, which is boxing equipment. We're lifting it, and we're all working together to make that space a bigger space and more people accessible to boxing equipment reviews. And I think exactly the same when it comes to double-sided mitts. However annoying copying is, and whoever has got the patent, which these have got the patent, it makes no difference if that movement is not gaining momentum. So I would say, if you haven't tried any double-sided mitts, have a look at Versamitts. There is some others out there if you like the look of them better. So have a look and at least try with your double-sided mitts and give them a chance, because ultimately I think sometimes people look, especially with the nature of how they look, and they think I don't want to sort of wear them because they don't look normal. But let me tell you, the benefits far outweigh the sort of the bulkiness of this double-sided mitts. And as I say, they are remarkably small when you actually get them. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.